Have you ever noticed this? In the morning, everything hurts more, everything feels harder, your body feels old. But by midday or early afternoon, you feel noticeably better, more like yourself. And by evening, sometimes you feel almost fine. If this sounds like your day, you are not imagining it, and you are not alone. There is a specific reason your body follows this pattern. It has to do with what your body produces while you sleep, and what it stops producing, and what that means for your joints, your energy, your mood, and your brain. Understanding this pattern completely changes how you think about your mornings. Stay until the end, because the last thing we share today is something you can do tonight that changes how you feel tomorrow morning. Welcome back. Today we are talking about the morning to afternoon pattern that millions of seniors experience but almost nobody ever explains. Why are mornings so hard? Why does the body feel so much older in the first hour than it does by noon? There are 4 real reasons, and once you understand them, you can actually do something about each one. The first reason is cortisol timing. Your body produces a natural hormone called cortisol. Think of it as your body's own built-in anti-inflammatory and energy hormone. In a healthy body, cortisol rises in the morning, usually between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m., to help you wake up, feel alert, and get moving. This morning cortisol rise is called the cortisol awakening response. But here is the problem for many seniors. As we age, this cortisol awakening response becomes weaker. The morning cortisol rise is lower than it used to be. Less of the body's natural anti-inflammatory hits the system first thing. And the joints, muscles, and tissues that spent the night building up inflammation, because that is what happens during sleep, inflammation naturally accumulates, do not get the normal cortisol signal to calm down. So the first hour is the most inflamed hour of the day, the stiffest, the most painful, the most fog-filled. By mid-morning, as the body warms up, moves around, and its own internal systems get going, that inflammation gradually reduces, and you begin to feel better. This is not imaginary. It is biological. And it is why conditions like arthritis are specifically defined by morning stiffness that improves with movement. The movement is not treating the arthritis. It is helping the body do what the reduced cortisol response cannot do as effectively on its own. The second reason is overnight dehydration. You have not had any water for 7 or 8 hours while you slept. Your blood is slightly thicker than it will be by midday. Your joint fluid is slightly more concentrated and less smooth. Your brain is running on slightly less fluid than it needs for optimal function. Many seniors wake up and make tea or coffee first. The caffeine further dehydrates slightly before the water content helps. The body is mildly dehydrated at its worst point of the day, right when you wake up. And everything that requires good hydration, clear thinking, smooth joint movement, stable blood pressure on standing, reflects that dehydration in the first hour. By midday, you have been drinking for hours. The body has rehydrated, and everything runs more smoothly. A glass of plain water before anything else in the morning, before coffee, before tea, before breakfast, is one of the simplest changes you can make to improve how that first hour feels. Not because water is magic, because your body genuinely needs it right at that moment. The third reason is blood sugar. Your blood sugar reaches its lowest point of the day in the early morning hours, after a full night without food. When blood sugar is low, the brain and muscles have less ready fuel. Energy feels lower. The brain feels slower. The mood can be flat or anxious. The body feels heavy. As the morning progresses and you eat breakfast and the body begins to run on fresh fuel, the energy improves, the mood lifts, the brain sharpens. This pattern is more pronounced in seniors, particularly those with diabetes or blood sugar regulation challenges, and it is significantly more pronounced when breakfast is delayed or skipped. Eating a protein-rich breakfast within an hour of waking, eggs, yogurt, cottage cheese, stabilizes blood sugar faster than a carbohydrate-only breakfast like toast or cereal. And stable blood sugar means the morning fog lifts faster, and the energy returns more reliably. The fourth reason is sleep quality. The quality of sleep in the hours before waking has a direct impact on how the first hour of the day feels. Light, broken, or poor quality sleep in the last 2 hours before waking leaves the brain in a partially unrefreshed state. The deep sleep that repairs tissue, consolidates memory, and resets the body's systems happened earlier in the night. The final hours were lighter and less restorative. In many seniors, this pattern is very pronounced. They sleep reasonably well from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Then the sleep becomes lighter, more broken. They wake several times. And by 6 or 7 a.m. when they properly get up, the brain has not had the final deep consolidation it needs. The body feels unrested even after a full night in bed. Improving sleep quality in those final hours, which comes from consistent sleep timing, appropriate bedroom temperature, and avoiding screens in the hour before bed directly improves how mornings feel. 5 things to do tonight and tomorrow morning. Tonight, drink a glass of water in the hour before bed. Go to bed and set your alarm at the same time as always. Make the bedroom slightly cooler than you might think comfortable. Avoid your phone or television for the last 30 minutes before sleep. These small changes improve the quality of your final sleep hours. Tomorrow morning, the moment you wake up, before anything else, drink 1 full glass of water. Sit on the edge of the bed for 2 minutes before standing. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Then do 2 minutes of gentle ankle circles and knee lifts before you stand up fully. These 5 minutes of warm-up before standing are not exercises. They are preparation. They get the joint fluid moving before you put weight through the joints. They start the circulation moving before you ask it to carry your full body weight upright. Most seniors who try this for 1 week report that the first steps of the morning feel noticeably better. Not because anything has changed about their joints, because they warmed the system up before asking it to perform. And eat within the first hour of waking. Something with protein, even something small. This restores blood sugar faster than anything else, and is the single fastest way to lift the morning brain fog. The reassurance before we finish. Feeling old in the mornings is not the same as being old. It is biology. Cortisol timing, dehydration, blood sugar, sleep quality. All 4 of these are real. All 4 of them can be improved. You are not stuck with hard mornings forever. The changes are small. The consistency is what matters. Try the morning glass of water for 1 week. Try the 2-minute warm-up before standing for 1 week. Try the protein breakfast for 1 week. Then tell us in the comments below how your mornings changed. Share this with someone who dreads getting out of bed every morning. They are not just getting older. Their body is doing something specific, and now you know what it is. Subscribe for a new, simple, honest health video every week. We will see you next time.